Welcome back to Starfield. Mental Fox here. Thanks for joining me again. Well, since the last episode, I went ahead and I installed the latest beta. I was too excited about the possibility of maps. I wouldn't normally run a beta, but I don't know, man, it just sounded pretty cool. Now, I haven't done this myself. This is my first time booting up the game since I installed the beta. So I'm going to hit the map button here and let's take a look at what it looks like. Okay. Oh, okay, this is pretty cool. Here we've got, wow, there's our ship. I don't know why it's all orange like that, but I don't know if that's a temporary thing or if our ship is supposed to be orange. I don't know. But I like it. I like this. You can see the whole place here. I think this place is called the Crucible. Check this out. This is pretty good. You can see our current quest. You can see Crucible there. It says it's explored. Here's that. I keep trying to rotate the map like if I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3. I can't. But here is that really cool radio antenna that we saw. You can fast travel to the ship from here. Okay, this looks really, really good. Check this out. You can see that there's a body of water over here with, I'm not sure what this is, but it kind of makes me want to go over there and look at it. Oh, this is great. Here you can see there's something unknown. We haven't explored it or scanned it yet. Something unknown here. This is very impressive. I guess there's some greenery over here maybe, or is that water? I'm not sure. I guess it's water. Yeah, I guess that's what this is. This is water. Wow, this looks great. I mean, I wish that I could scroll around and do all the things that I do, like, you know, in Google Maps, tilt it and stuff like that. But I'm not complaining. This is fantastic. Over here is something called surface map. Okay, so this takes us back here. I gotta tell you, this isn't bad. And then down here it says surface map. So I feel like this is backwards. Whoop. No, I don't want to set a destination. Yeah, I feel like I'm looking at the surface map now, and that this button shows me the star map. And now that I'm looking at the star map, I feel like this button should take me to the surface map. I feel like that should say surface map, but maybe this is telling me I'm looking at the surface map right now. I don't know. That seems backwards to me, but again, I'm not complaining. That is really, really impressive. Nicely done. There's a lot of other things the beta did. That's the one that I was mostly excited about. I think there's like some other changes in the settings here that I haven't looked at. Gameplay options, maybe. Yeah, you could change the... I think this is all new. I saw them mention that, oh, if you wish that, you know, ship combat was harder, but player combat was easier, you could do that now. So yeah, there's a lot of things that you could fine-tune here as well that I'm not going to mess with because I'm kind of happy with the way that my game is playing. But wow, those maps, that's fantastic. Let's take a look at what we're doing up here. We came to Charybdis because we had heard of a distress call a long time ago. Again, I don't remember where or when. But we've stumbled upon something called Operation Starseed here. We went to the Crucible on Charybdis 3. We spoke with Tobias, and now we're going to talk to Franklin. Ada, someone else who we talked to, said that I should speak to Franklin to learn more about Crucible, and I'm really curious to find out what the heck is going on Crucible. So let's talk to old Frank here. Hey, buddy. What's up, man? Let's be friends.
When your ship landed, I feared the robots would shoot you on sight. I am greatly relieved that they let you enter our community, but you come during a delicate time. Everyone will seek to use your arrival to further their own ends.
So somebody in the comments mentioned that old Franklin here looks like kind of like FDR. And I gotta say, he kind of does. And does he talk like FDR too? Is this guy supposed to be like Franklin Delano Roosevelt? We're gonna find a bunch of presidents in this place? I don't know. So we could say, and you don't seek to use me, or you don't control the robots. Or we could say, oh yeah, that's a weird old-time outfit and your accent is odd. And I'll be here for that. Yeah, he's wearing like a suit, which, you know, we look at, we don't think much about. But if you look at it in the context of what the people are wearing here in Starfield, that is kind of a weird outfit, isn't it? I don't know what this means.
I do have a society to manage.
What does "and you don't seek to use me" mean? I wasn't really paying too much attention to what he was saying because I was too busy looking at what he looked like. But he did mention he was surprised the robots didn't shoot at us when we landed. So we could ask him, you don't control the robots?
No, we most certainly do not. Our relationship with them is a matter of some debate.
I see. I'm just going to go ahead and ask this, even though I don't know what it refers to, and you don't seek to use me.
You ask a question you already know the answer to.
Oh, believe me, I don't.
Yes, of course. I have need of you. But if you have a good heart and a quick mind, I am sure you will see my point of view.
Uh-huh. What's with your clothes and your accent, dude?
Where to begin? Maybe an introduction? I am Franklin Delano Roosevelt, leader of the Pragmatist Society.
Uh-huh. Roosevelt. Would my character have heard the name Roosevelt? I don't think so. He grew up in the streets. He didn't go to school. He didn't have parents that taught him anything. He's just going to say, you have an odd name.
I was named after an American president. In a sense, I am him. Everyone that lives here are clones.
Oh, cool.
Some of us are clones of the greatest figures of history, and others, well, we don't rightly know. When we die, and some of us die quite often, we are brought back. I cannot imagine how strange this must sound to an outsider.
You need not imagine. I can assure you, this is all exceedingly strange. Baffling, even.
Uh-huh. So are you immortal then?
Not at all. I have had occasion to see death more than anyone. When someone dies, all they have accomplished here in Crucible, all of their deeds, thoughts, are gone. And when they come back, they are different, modified. The believers say they are improved. Being reborn can take years, sometimes over a decade. But everyone comes back.
This is very interesting. So, are you a real president of the old United States of America?
Now, there is the question, isn't it? I do not have FDR's memories, but I know every nuance of his life and times. Well, as much as history records. I confess, I feel an undeniable affinity towards him. But no, I am my own man. But not all of us see it that way.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. I want to know who you people are and what's going on. I've encountered stranger things, or all of this is hard to believe. I mean, I would like to know, exactly who are you people? What's going on here?
I could see how confusing this may be, even frustrating. But if it's any consolation, many of us feel the same, and we live here. After decades, centuries, of trying to figure it out ourselves, there is so very much we don't know either. The robots clone us for a reason, their so-called mission. But what that is, and what we should do about it, is something the societies disagree about. Sometimes violently. It's best you meet with the other societies, and after, I promise I'll explain the pragmatists' position on matters.
This is pretty interesting. What can you tell me about the mission?
Well, it is one of the few concrete things we know about Crucible. If you want to truly know about the mission, the believers will tell you all about it. In fact, it can be hard to get them to stop talking about it. After you meet with them, I'll share my position.
I can't wait to see who I get to meet next. I'll hold you to that promise, Franklin, or I don't want to be passed off to the others. I want answers now. No, I want to meet the others, man. I can't wait to see who I get to meet next.
Be careful what you wish for. Word has been sent, so the street should be full again. There is more I would talk with you about, but I would not take advantage of your ignorance. Go speak with the Amelia and Genghis Khan.
Okay. Oh gosh, now all of a sudden there's all kinds of people walking around. This is fascinating. See, this is what I like about science fiction. Good science fiction, to me at least, is based on what ifs. You know, like, let's think of a scenario and then put it into action and see what happens. And here, for reasons we don't understand yet, we've got these clones, sort of famous historical figures, and they're all kind of like living here in this place called the Crucible. This is fascinating. So, Crucible is a settlement full of clones. Franklin Roosevelt said I should speak to the heads of the other societies here. Amanirenes and Genghis Khan. I don't know who this is. I'm assuming that's a historical figure. I don't know if it's like a historical figure from our history or from Starfield's history. I don't know. Genghis Khan, I would imagine that everybody watching this has heard of, even if they don't know who he was.
How the hell did you get a gun wire?
That is a good question.
And the answer?
I think I'll keep that one to myself.
So that's
Come on, tell me.
Thing is, if I tell you, you tell someone else, and soon my side business has competitors. So I'll pass.
You're such an ass.
Okay.
The mission is a lie, but we have a chance to build a real life here on Crucible.
The mission is a lie, so it's kind of like the cake, huh?
Hope your arrival doesn't mean more violence.
Well, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, lady. If we talk to him again...
It is still hard to accept a stranger in our midst.
Who were the unknown clones? Who were the unknown clones?
We are not 100% sure, but I have a theory. The facility has been unreliable as long as I've been alive. My guess is that they are historical figures that just didn't get a proper education. Who's to say what Julius Caesar actually looked like? Or some modern person of note that we wouldn't even know about. Whoever they are, though, they are as smart and capable as the ones that know their identity.
I see. What do you think about the real FDR?
My feelings about my namesake are complicated. He was a great but flawed human being. On one hand, he guided a country through the ravages of depression and war admirably. He tirelessly fought to improve the lives of the poor and disadvantaged. But as a husband, he was unfaithful. And as a colleague, he was a consummate politician, which is sometimes good, often distasteful. He was truly a great man, and I must confess, I am proud to share his heritage.
Okay. What can you tell me about the pragmatists?
I would like nothing better, but first talk with the Amelia and Genghis. It's hard to understand the pragmatists without knowing about the other societies.
All right, fair enough.
I guess we're done.
I guess we are, aren't we? So if we look at our map now, well, it doesn't tell us where Amelia and Genghis Khan are on the map. Which I guess is too bad, because the game itself just says talk to Genghis Khan. The game itself kind of knows where they are. Like right there is a marker where Amanirenas is, and over here is a marker where Genghis Khan is. So the game knows where they are. I do wonder why the map doesn't tell us where they are. But that's okay, I guess. Let's see here. Is Amanas in this building or is she outside? I don't know. Let's go see. Starting to look like maybe she's outside. I'm saying she. It sounds like a... To me, it sounds like a female name. I could be wrong. Oh.
All of us. Is that what you want to hear?
I didn't hear the question.
Is that all you have to say?
A renegade.
That's why our aims are so important. We need to learn how to do things for ourselves. How to defend, how to produce power, how to fix the plumbing, for God's sake.
You actually came from space.
I did.
You're the most exciting thing that's happened, well, ever.
Really? I don't know, man. Okay, so out here we've got...
Welcome to town, stranger. Consider me part of the welcoming committee. The name's Wyatt Earp.
Of course it is.
I'd be most pleased if you'd use one of the spare rooms during your stay. For a modest fee, of course.
Uh-huh. It's a real pleasure to meet you. I'm a big fan. I thought Wyatt Earp was a sheriff. I didn't figure Wyatt Earp would run a hotel. Well, so much for assuming that my character knows nothing. I have to assume that somehow during his life, he heard of Wyatt Earp, because I don't have any choice to say, who the hell are you? I mean, I don't know. I thought Wyatt Earp was a sheriff, apparently.
He was, and I try to be. I do the best I can to uphold the law, but the societies make that difficult. I expect I've had as much success restraining Genghis as the Chinese did. I do what I can. Roosevelt and I are both of the same mind on that.
Okay, so you're a pragmatist then?
I'm for whatever side wants to keep the peace. It means that the pragmatists and I are often on the same side of things, but you might be surprised the number of times I've had to ask some of them to back off some nonsense.
I see. I mean, is there anything I could do to help?
That's a generous offer. I might take you up on it. Well, I hope you enjoy your stay. And by the by, I may have access to some essentials I've picked up over the years. Happy to sell them to you.
I see. Is there a lot of crime in Crucible?
It runs hot and cold. During usual times, it's an occasional scuffle. Maybe a black eye when an argument gets out of hand. And then a society goes on a rampage and it's tombstone all over. I hope your arrival keeps things on an even keel.
Well, let's see what you have for sale.
The customer is always right.
He sells just a bunch of aid and stuff, which is great, but nothing terribly exciting. In fact, I don't think he really has anything I'm going to spend my time with. I do want to see the room, though. Let's see the room.
I got a room for you. It's on the cozy side, but it's clean and quiet. Not rightly sure how this works. Never really had visitors. You want the room for the night? Longer?
Wow. That's an expensive room. I really don't know how long I'm going to be here, and honestly, we really don't need a room. I mean, we're not playing like survival mode or anything like that. I just want to see it. That's all. So just give it to me for one day.
Room's ready. Whenever you want to take a load off, feel free.
300 credits removed. Are you taking me to my room? Is that where we're going? I didn't see any kind of activity show up that said visit your room. Yeah. I'm gonna assume he's taking us to our room. Let's go see. Let's go follow this guy. Hello. Clone settler. Okay. We got settlers and clone settlers and
the settled
believers.
systems needs us. We just need to pass the test.
Okay. So is this our room or is this his room? This does not look like a room for us. Where the hell is our room, dude? How am I supposed to know where my room is? Dude. Oh, okay. He has nothing to say.
A pleasure talking with you.
I think that guy just took our money. No idea where our room is. This is kind of nice. Little community space. What's up, Renegade? So...
Hear the howls at night. The defenses have to hold.
What? So we've got renegades, we've got clone settlers, we saw believers, pragmatists.
Change is coming. I can feel it.
Why do you guys all wear the exact same clothes, though? Can't you, like, wear uniforms or something?
The believers will win eventually. It's our destiny.
I didn't know it was a contest. Talk to Amanas.
Listen, the facility provides us damn near everything. Just ask for another mug.
I just
That mug
wish
was
the
mine.
societies
I wrote my
could get
name on it
along.
and everything. I know Gary stole it.
I'm not about to bust down someone's door to chase this down. We got enough going on right now.
His mug was stolen.
I hope your arrival doesn't mean more violence.
Let's see, here's a... Oh, wait a minute, I was gonna look at... Because, well, I thought for a moment ago I saw 3 markers on my compass, but I guess I don't. I could have swore I saw another one for a moment there.
You actually came from space.
There's a locked door there. Locked door. Maybe this is our room. I'm gonna say this is our room. Got a little chair here, a little old-timey desk. Some storage. Bed. Somebody else asking how he got... Wyatt, how he got a gun. So this is our room. No bathroom. I'm going to assume that just for the sake of... Well, never mind. I was going to say, let's just pretend like the bathrooms are behind one of these doors, because it bothers me that, you know, that there's no bathrooms, no showers or anything. I mean, I always talk about how I like my video game fantastical world spaces to be somewhat plausible, but if there's no bathroom, that's not plausible. It's not plausible at all. We got some towels here for you to use when you take your shower, but where's the shower? Disappointing. 1 star. Okay, let's go see if we can talk to these people.
Use any means to escape Crucible.
So the renegades are trying to escape Crucible. Okay, how do we get to this Amanas person?
No queries are being answered at this time.
Okay. So at some point we need to bring him 150 copper, I believe. Hello. Well, she looks like she's from Egypt or something.
This unit is busy.
Oh, thanks for letting me know. All right, I'm going to speak with you now.
I had hoped you would visit me. Good. Know that you stand before Queen Amanas of the Kush, queen of a dead kingdom on a dead world. But I earned my name, and even the sands of time cannot take it from me.
I see. What's the Kush?
In truly ancient times, my land lay south of Egypt, a harsh country. History is enamored of my contemporary Cleopatra, but she would have withered and died had she tried to rule my land.
I see. You know you're not really a queen. I mean, do you know that? Do you know that you're not really a queen?
You walk our land a few footsteps and think you know everything. If you don't believe me, know you are not alone. Some clones deride me behind my back. I know this, but I feel in my bones that I am a Manirinas for true. The great and the terrible to those who would oppose me. I remember things no one has told me. Memories of faces, betrayers, lovers, allies, and enemies. And the smells. The right scent. And I close my eyes. And I can picture All of it. So vividly. It aches my heart. My home. My kingdom.
I'm trying to think if I've ever met anyone in my life who speaks that slowly. Do people really speak that slowly? How can you be so certain?
Have you no faith of your own? Something you hold to, even though it cannot be proven. It is the same with me. But I am certain. You speak to a Manirinas, reborn.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, I'll withhold my judgment for now.
You are wise, then. I know how it must sound. Once, I called upon mighty armies. However, on Crucible, I still lead. Have you heard of the believers? Have you heard of the mission? We are the ones who will take our rightful place in these settled systems to bring in a new, glorious age and break the endless cycles of oppression and greed.
You really think you can change everything?
You are skeptical. My advisors thought the same when Augustus Caesar stood unbeatable at Cush's border. I made war against the mighty Romans. I took their cities and fought them to a draw. No other king or queen can boast of that honor against that famed Roman. And that's just me. Some of the greatest lions of all ages are awaiting rebirth. What are bureaucrats, petty politicians, and lawyers against that?
I don't know. Can you tell me about the mission?
So many scoff at the mission. Before we are reborn here, there are words all of us are told. That we are the chosen. We are meant to better ourselves. To learn, grow, and thrive. All of us represent the greatest figures in our history. Who better to lead the settled systems to a new golden age?
We could say this mission is doomed to fail in so many ways, and you want me to help with this. I don't know, man. I'm thinking this mission is doomed to fail.
I do not care if you think my plan is insane. But what I want, what we want, is a chance to prove to the facility we are ready. When someone has achieved their potential, the facility is supposed to set us free among the stars. But the machines have been breaking more and more over the years. And no one has ever been deemed worthy. I need your help to properly fix the facility so that we can prove ourselves and claim our birthright.
Uh-huh. You mentioned the facility. What is it?
The facility is another place on this very planet. A place we cannot go. As much as we dream of it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, is it possible that none of you are ready?
Surely someone, anyone by now would have learned the lessons the facility sought to teach. No, the machines have not aged well. The crises break upon our beach, each one greater than the last.
I see. I mean, I'll hear you out, but I make no promises, all right?
Then listen well, outsider. You must go to the facility. The robots and what drives them is not here. The facility is where they come from. Somewhere far to the east. None of us can travel there. But you can. Go there, please. And see if the facility can be repaired. Then report back to me.
Okay, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. So we talked with Ada and Amelia, and this says the situation on Crucible is bad and getting worse. The facility that maintains Crucible is breaking down. It is located somewhere else on Charybdis 2. It's on a different planet because we're on Charybdis 3. I think it's a little bit of a mistake there. She said it was on the same planet. It is located somewhere else on Charybdis 2, and it's where the robots come from. Each of these societies seem to want me to do something there. Well, spoiler alert, I guess Genghis Khan is going to want the same thing, but we kind of knew that anyway. Ooh, I could do show on map. Let's see what happens. Show on map. Oh. Well, I'm not seeing anything. Maybe we need to talk to Genghis Khan first. Let's try that. But what if we talk to her again? What do you know about the facility?
There are robots here, but they are not constructed here. The clones also are not born here. The robots bring fresh clones always from the east. That is where their facility lies. And that's it. I know no more.
Could you tell me about the believers again?
We are the ones who believe in the mission. We are the great minds and leaders of history, who can bring about a new golden age. Our numbers are admittedly few, but we make up for it in our commitment to see the dream of Crucible realized. We just want the machines fixed, so we can pass the test and be allowed to leave Crucible and try to make a difference.
Do you really believe you're the Amanas?
I am her reborn. Many here scoff at reincarnation. But why? It has been a belief of people from the earliest of times. Why is it so unimaginable it can happen? When I dream, I smell the sands of Africa. I see the vaunted Roman legions with their prickly spear walls. And I see and taste the blood. Both ours and theirs. I am Queen Amanas, and I am she who even the conquerors fear.
Okay. Hey, since we're talking here, what do you think of the other societies?
Roosevelt and the pragmatists vex us. True, they do help us try and maintain the facility, but they deny the mission. Such hubris. We were sent here for a reason. Why can't they see that? And Genghis and the renegades are little more than brigands spoiling for a fight. They would destroy everything if it meant they could be unleashed on the galaxy. Clearly, none of them will ever reach their potential.
I see.
Until we meet again.
Yeah, until we meet again. There's a clone settler here.
Here before the crusade. Of anything at all.
She just wants something new to read. Pharmaceutical lab here. Wrench. We've got research lab here. Here's Ada Lovelace? Cool.
If you arrived, others will too. Change is coming. I can't wait.
Are you a scientist?
I suppose I am what passes for one here. I have my namesake's education, so I am well versed there. But without any books or treatises from other scientists, my knowledge is limited. Some clones received specialized knowledge, like Amelia. She knows how spacecraft works. So interviewing them has been fantastic for learning more advanced scientific principles. But mainly I conduct experiments, rudimentary as they are.
So are you a clone of a historical figure too? Our character doesn't know who Ada Lovelace was.
Why yes, Ada Lovelace, at your service. My namesake worked with Charles Babbage, and is widely considered the first female programmer. And to see what our little experiments led to, I only wish Mr. Babbage was here.
Why isn't he here? How is it not being in a society here?
Uncomfortable, truth be told. The believers are undeniably favored by the facility. Their complex receives food and materials first. When blood is spilt, the facility robots often side with them. And always the arguments and fisticuffs. Most of us just want to live in peace.
Okay.
It's always a pleasure.
Think upon them.
Oh, there's a lot of chit-chat going on behind us here.
Our path is a long one.
I got some tables over here. Some stuff I'm not going to steal. Well, Amanas is just going to hang out here and wait for us to come back. Let's go check out Genghis Khan.
Change is coming. I can feel it.
Yeah.
In my darkest hours, I feared that we were all that was left of humanity.
It's Amelia Earhart.
Your ship, she's a beauty.
Indeed.
It travels the stars, right? Tell me, what's it like out there?
Space is very big and mostly empty. I spend most of my time just keeping the ship fueled, or no matter how much I see, it never gets old. I mean, space is very big. It's mostly empty.
Has anyone ever told you you're a poet? My name's Amelia Earhart. When I first woke up in this place, in my head, I knew all about my namesake, her life and her accomplishments. But I also knew how to fly a starship, reactor limits, thrust acceleration vectors and everything. In my mind's eye, I can imagine flying out there, touching heaven itself. And yet, cruelly, here I sit.
Why do you know about spaceflight?
The facility keeps us alive, fed and protected, but they do a terrible job of informing us of anything at all. My guess is the facility thought they might need a pilot one day, but your guess is as good as mine.
Because I have a feeling this is going somewhere. I don't know what to make of you or anyone else here. Is this going somewhere?
Am I that transparent? Listen, I know you owe me nothing at all, but I would do anything to get off of here. I know the societies want who knows what from you for who knows why, and I don't want to get involved in any politics. I just want, for my single self, a chance to explore.
Are there any incentives to helping you?
I'd happily earn my way. Like I said, a lot of spacefaring know-how has been put in my head. Let's put it to good use, right?
I mean, I think my character would be willing to help somebody like this. I think maybe he sees a little bit of himself in her, trapped on Neon, no way to get off. Till he somehow found a way to get off. I actually haven't fleshed out that part of the story. How did my character finally make it off the streets of Neon to where he is now? Anyway, yeah, if I can help you, I will.
You won't regret it. Thanks. Do you want to talk about anything else?
Well, do you have any thoughts on the societies?
I have a few choice, unchristian thoughts about some of them. But I'm going to stay out of it. Listen, I'd understand you making any decision you have to regarding them. Any at all. I just hope you judge me separate. I don't wish harm on anyone. I just want to explore.
Do you think you're the real Amelia Earhart?
No, I don't. I consider myself a most ardent admirer of hers. She feels like family. Distant family. I like to think we both share a kindred spirit of adventure, though. She broke so many barriers in her life. I would love the same opportunity one day.
Okay, well, it was actually kind of nice talking to you.
Thanks for your time.
Okay, so we've got Wyatt Earp, Amelia Earhart, Ada Lovelace. I'm trying to think of the non-leaders. Are those the only three that we've met so far that are non-leaders? I think so. Well, let's see if we could find old Genghis over here. Oh, is he outside? I think he's outside of the walls. Oh, there's our beautiful ship over there. She's a beauty. What you doing over here, Genghis? Causing trouble?
Stranger! Weapons out! They come!
Oh. I didn't have the correct weapon ready, but that's okay.
Great many things in the settled systems. More than most. And right now, words fail me.
Yet you still speak. I'll take that. I'll take those. I'll take that. That's neat. I don't know what it is, but it's cool looking. And then that thing that I just think it's so cool. I consider myself fortunate that I actually got to go to Arecibo in Puerto Rico to see the world's largest radio telescope. doesn't exist anymore. It's since fallen down, unfortunately, sadly. But I got to see it. It was pretty cool. It was so big, it was hard to fathom what you were looking at least in my opinion. But it was pretty awesome. And Puerto Rico rocks. I love Puerto Rico. I'd love to go back. Genghis Khan, it's interesting to meet you.
The man from the stars. Come to see me. And you're not afraid to get your hands dirty. I guess the world out there is not so different than here. Genghis Khan, a pleasure to meet you.
I see. I can't believe it. You're really Genghis Khan. You're one of the most terrible butchers in all of history. Or you're much more civil than I was expecting. You know what? I'm going to go with this one. You're much more civil than I was expecting.
Manners cost me nothing. But make no mistake, I will do whatever it takes to escape this prison. I am pleased that the dangers out here are of no concern to you. You cannot be fully human if you trap yourself behind walls.
Why are you really out here?
I would provide fresh meat for my society, so we don't get fat off the robots. Franklin and I see eye to eye on very little. But even he appreciates this. And I always hope to see some means of escape. Perhaps our luck has finally changed.
You could say, keep your distance. I'm not sure I trust you. I still cannot believe I'm meeting Genghis Khan, or you handle yourself well out here. I mean, again, I have to assume that my character somehow knows who Genghis Khan is, because I don't have... I mean, I guess I could say nothing, couldn't I? I was going to say I don't have a choice to basically say, who's Genghis Khan? But yeah, I guess I can't believe I'm meeting you.
The novelty will fade. I say this from experience. So Franklin told you of us. Oh, that we're clones. Some of us think that makes us special. That the deeds of our namesakes are somehow ours. But that is blind arrogance. We are just people. Same as you. Same as anyone.
So you really feel no connection to Genghis at all?
None at all. It is as if I were a student of his life and times from an early age. I know so much about him, but that doesn't mean I am him. I am me, and I am content with this.
I was just getting ready to say, why didn't you change your name? So yeah, I'm surprised you didn't change your name then.
I never really thought about that. Surprising indeed. But all this talk gets us nowhere. Too many of the others grovel at the feet of the damned robots, trying to play their roles in a broken game. The renegades will not submit, and one day we will be free.
Wow, I thought that I was going to hate the renegades, but he actually makes a little bit of sense. What would you do if you escaped?
I do not know. Everything outside of Crucible is unknown to us. I imagine the settled systems are not so settled that a man who does not shrink from violence can't make a place for himself, though.
So you consider Crucible a prison?
A prison of the mind and the body. Crucible holds out a throne and says, obey, and it is yours. But thrones are meant to be taken, not handed to you by a machine. But it is a tantalizing lie that keeps the others in line.
I see. You know, I mean, if you renegades are so tough, you really shouldn't need me.
If Crucible had not hobbled us, we wouldn't. I have died a dozen deaths trying to find a way out of Crucible. You get too far or disobey too much, then death. Crucible holds our lives in its hands. But now the robots have made a grave mistake. You You can go where none of us can. You hold our future in your hands, and all the societies know it.
Crucible really kills you?
Oh yes. You can go 1 or 2 miles from Crucible, and you drop dead. I have no knowledge of medicine, but it's probably poison.
Probably.
It boils my blood to be subjugated like this. But too many of the clones are sheep. As long as their pens are clean and comfortable, they bleat their arguments.
Let's see here. If I free you, I have a feeling many people will suffer, or what Crucible is doing is wrong. I mean, he's not really Genghis Khan. He just knows a lot about Genghis Khan. Would he do what Genghis Khan did? I don't know enough to say what Crucible is doing is wrong. It does sound pretty horrible, but we don't really know the whole story, so I don't know if I could pass judgment on it yet. I don't know, man. I guess I do have a feeling many people will suffer if I free you.
Even if you think I deserve this cage, does everyone?
Good answer.
If you want your heartstrings tugged, talk to Amelia Earhart. Doesn't she deserve the stars she craves? You know of the facility, yes? Go there and make the machines let us leave. It is not much to ask, and it will set us free.
Huh. Wow, he really made some compelling arguments. I gotta tell you, I was not expecting that at all. Let's talk to him again.
All beings yearn for freedom. Even Roosevelt admits this.
So you're telling me the facility kills you if you try to leave?
Without fail and without mercy. If we go too far, our lives end. Even the most devout believer drops like a stone a little over a mile out. I know this because we have tried it. Many look at Crucible like it is holy or a potential utopia. But the renegades see it truly. It is hell, and it is our prison.
I can see that. It looks pretty small, and you can only go a mile in each direction. That kind of does sound like hell. What can you tell me about the renegades?
We are the only ones that just want to tear it all down and leave. The mission, the facility, all of it are lies. We deserve a chance to really live. I have no doubt many of us will perish, or be swallowed up by the settled systems with little to show of it. But I just want the chance that every human is born with.
Fair enough. What can you tell me about the facility?
You ask a question I cannot answer to your satisfaction. It is far to the east. It is where all the machines come from. Beyond that, mystery.
All right. It was actually nice talking to you, Genghis.
Farewell.
Farewell. And it has gotten dark while we've been speaking with him. So now our quest says, go back and talk to Franklin. The situation on Crucible is bad and getting worse. The facility that maintains Crucible is breaking down. It is located somewhere else on Charybdis 2, and it's where the robots come from. Each of these societies seem to want me to do something there. And again, I could look at the map. Surface map. So the map stays this color whether it's daytime or nighttime, and I'm actually okay with that. I wouldn't want it to be like so dark I couldn't see it. I mean, this could be the Crucible right here, maybe. This unknown thing right here. As a matter of fact, let me back out of this, do a scan real quick, and off in that direction, something unknown.
And your scan shows...
Unexplored biological feature. And then over there, covered crater. Okay, neither one of them say Crucible. Okay. I gotta say, I'm really enjoying this right here. I like this. This is very interesting. I think I'm going to enjoy this one. I'm going to end this episode here. When we come back next time, we'll go back and talk to Franklin. We'll learn a little bit about him, learn about the pragmatists. We'll also explore a little bit more of the Crucible before we leave it. We'll see if there's anybody else any other notables, any other Amelia Earharts, Wyatt Earps, or Ada Lovelaces walking around. And then we'll go east, and we'll see if we can't find the Crucible. Looking forward to it, and I'm having a lot of fun. I hope you're having fun too. If you are, let me know. Maybe leave me a like or a comment. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.